Good morning, students. We are meeting after so many days. Last month, we were discussing studying civics. Now, we are entering into history, the second chapter in the textbook. The chapter is named about Russian Revolution. We had discussed about the French Revolution. Then we went to study about the Nazism. Now we are coming back to the second chapter to discuss on Russia, the revolution that took place in 1917. I hope you know the meaning of the word revolution. I had explained to you, but still I will tell you what is revolution. Revolution is a sudden change. You see, this mobile cover, I can turn it. You see, I am turning it. This is known as evolution. When it comes to revolution, this is a revolution. See, my cortex which has changed its shape. So that is the revolution. A sudden change will take place. If it falls down, so much noise will take place. Disturbances will take place. That is why it is called revolution. So we are discussing about Russian Revolution. A sudden change in the governmental system in Russia. Russia was being ruled by Ouseph dynasty. So that Ouseph dynasty is removed and the king was executed. And a socialist pattern of government came into existence in Russia. And later we came to know it as USSR, Union of Soviet Socialist Republic. So let's see what it is. The Russian Revolution was a period of political and social revolution. Political revolution means a governmental system. The ruling system. That's a political. Social revolution, social society among the people. The relationship between the people. How the members of the society are interrelated. Or how they relate each other. So when a change takes place, that's a revolution. The upper class member and lower class member being equal level, they are called social revolution. And in Russia, that has happened. We'll deep inside all details. Okay. Across the territory of the Russian Empire, commencing with the abolition of the monarchy, the king was executed. Monarchy, kingship has come to an end. In 1917, the year of revolution is 1917. You must understand, this is the time the First World War was going on. Okay. And concluding in 1923, the revolution movement came to an end, and a clear-cut socialist pattern of government came into existence in Russia. Establishment of the Soviet Union at the end of the Civil War. There was a civil war. You know what is civil war? War inside the country. So when two groups of people of the same country they fight inside, that fight is known as civil war. So there was civil war going on between the supporters of socialism and opposing them. So that also came to an end in 1923. So that is known as the Russian Revolution. You see Russia. Now this world map, you can see this is Russia. This is the present day Russia. Okay, the largest country in the world. And here you know, this is here comes the Ural Mountains. The Ural Mountains divide Asia and Europe. So most part of Russia is in the European continent. Sorry, Asian continent. This is Asian continent. Most part of Russia is in Asian continent, but Russia is treated as a European country. What is the reason? Because in this area, you know, Siberian desert is there. The cold desert where people cannot live. So the developed area of or living, most people living in this area is in the European continent. That is why we say it is a European country. See, before 1991, this Kazakhstan, Mongolia is there. Uzbekistan, there are so many small countries. All of them were part of USSR. Now they are not part of USSR. So this is a Russia which we are going to discuss in this chapter. Okay, you know, this is presently an election is going on here in the States of America. Okay, between Joe Biden and Trump. Result is not yet announced. So that is a situation. Okay, this is the world map where the Russian Revolution has taken place. Okay, again I am leaving. See, this is during the revolution time. How was Europe? Or the world, we can say mainly Europe. Portugal, Spain is there, France is there, Italy. So these were England. See, Austro-Hungarian Empire. Austro-Hungarian Empire was there. And Russia. You must understand. Then Ottoman Turks. So this Ottoman Turks and Russia, there was a conflict. Okay. Then Yugoslavia, Czechoslovakia, so many countries were there. These people who were living were considered to be Slavs. Means they belong to same race like Russians. So these Ottoman Turks were disturbing or creating trouble for the, you see here. This is Turkey is here, this is Turkey. Okay. This Turkey was having control of some of these areas. Here there are so many small kingdoms were. All these areas were controlled by Turkey. And naturally Russia did not like it. Russia was being ruled by Tsar Nicholas. Monarchy was existing in Russia. So Tsar Nicholas was, so naturally there was a support given by Russia to these small kingdoms to be out of the control of Turkey. Turkey was one of the powerful empire at that time. Ottoman Turks they were called. So they had conquered that area in 1452. 1452 AD. So naturally we are discussing about First World War time. That's 1914. So 1452 1900. see around 500, more than 500 years. So those 500 years, these areas were ruled by Ottoman Turks. So that Ottoman Turks were losing that grip. Russia had, Germany had come into existence, that we will study next year. Italy had become an independent nation, 1871. French Revolution has taken place 1789. So after French Revolution that we have discussed, next year we will study the unification of Italy and France in 1871. So all those things were going on. So naturally the people who belong to this area were belonging to the same group of people who were living in Russia. So Russia supported the people to be out of the control of the Ottomans. So there was a friction between. So all those things, along with the disagreement with Germany, the war started. And Russia supported, or Russia was one of the main cause or country which supported to start the war, First World War. But before end of the First World War, it stopped the war and came out of the war, because we know First World War came to an end in 1918. But Russia came out of it in 1917. All those things matter is there for you to know. Okay? That we will discuss word by word, step by step to make you understand well. Okay, so that is so this Russia. See why this much is shown, because the most of the developed area, that's the European part of Russia is not the Asian part. This is Ottoman Empire. Okay, this is Austria. Austro-Hungary means there is a small country named Austria, its capital is Vienna, which we have discussed during the French Revolution time. Napoleon. Okay, we might have discussed about Napoleon, and at the end of the Napoleon, they met together at Vienna settlement. All those things we have discussed. Okay, so that was a powerful kingdom at that time, Austria, before the First World War. After the First World War, Austria is losing its grip. Hungary becomes separate country, and so many small kingdoms are there in these areas. Okay, that you can take an address and map and see. So that is the situation. Okay, now brief history. I told you, French Revolution was in 1789, Russian Revolution 1917, a gap of 128 years between that. Between French Revolution and Russian Revolution. You see, in both the revolutions, you must understand there is a conflict between the people and the ruling class. But there is a difference, the establishmental system. In France, they went for a democratic government where every citizen will have equal right in everything. Economic matters also. But when it comes to Russia, things are different. That we will discuss about it. Both demanded social, political, and economic changes. Social changes means the treatment of the people, respect for the people. Everybody should be treated equally. So that's a social demand. So anybody can have any positions. For that democracy, kingship will not be giving like that chance, because only the family member can. So that is social, political share in the government, and money making. What kind of job each person can do, how each person can have, and who will have control on the finance for more factories and more companies and assets of the country. All those things come in that. So both the things, in this also there was a demand for economic activities because the landlords, feudal lords were controlling the things in France. So they demand. Both were the result of education and liberal feeling among the people of Europe. That is important. Both the revolutions were the result of education that occurred in Europe. That's important in most cases. If there was no education, no progress, then there was no chance of revolution in European countries. Okay, so that's it. Both were the result of education and liberal feeling. Okay, let him also have it. I am having something. Okay, if he can also let him have. He also is equally eligible to have, he or she. Eligible to have. So let them also have it. That's a liberal feeling. I never feel it is only my property and I should have in my hand. When I permit that, it is other person also eligible to have it. I permit him to have it. I support him to have it. That is the liberal feeling. So that is liberal feeling. So this liberal feeling and education in Europe caused or led to the revolutions. Okay. Emergence of bourgeoisie class. You know, bourgeoisie is really a French word. A group of people who are educated and they control the society. They want to control society. The part of society, including employers and people who run large companies, that has most of the money and takes advantage of their social situations. So that's a bourgeoisie class. Means in a village, if there are some rich people out there, they control everything. So that kind of that's a bourgeoisie. Having control on the social activities, social, political and economic activities, they will be controlling. That group which control are called bourgeoisie. It's a French word. Okay. Rich people we can say. That will be many, not only one. That's one. The church and aristocrats controlled the social, economic and political activities of the society before the revolution. In France society, the church was first estate, aristocrats were the second estate. So they were controlling the society, first and second estate we call it. The same thing was happening in Russia also. The social, economic and political activities of the society. In the end of the 19th century, new ideas about individual rights and who controlled the social power began to be discussed. In 19th century, discussion began to take place, thinking who should control, who should have, is it religious leaders or only the rich people, or should everybody have equal rights? That discussion was in prominent position during 19th century. That means 1800 to 19th century started 1800. So 1800 onwards, this was the thinking of the people. So what they thought? New ideas about individual rights. I have got right. I can do my work. I can become a ruler. I can become an administrator, and I can do any economic activities. Nobody can tell me this is what I should do. The freedom has come into the mindset and universal adult franchise, and who control the social power began to be discussed. You know, in the class there will be all members in the class are equal, but there will be some people who will automatically know those are leaders. But that leader can be changed and some other person also can come up. That's a modern society. That's because there's a freedom for anybody to try to become the leader. At least put up himself as a leader And if society accepts, he can become a leader. It is not that a person who is by birth becomes a leader. That's the democratic system. In India, Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Deresio, and this kind of social reformers began to think about the social developments that took place in European countries. They also wanted those kind of things in India. Reformation, changes, new ideas, education, thinkings, and a developed social setup. So this kind of people supported the Western education, Western style of thinking. Because free thinking it was. So they supported Raja Ram There is who came from Ireland. He also supported Western thinking. So the students were taught in accordance. Many debated the ideas of post-revolutionary Europe. After revolution, how the setup was there, how the European people were there. So much discussions and debates were taking place. Sorry. The developments in the colonies reshaped these ideas of social changes. Developments in the society. Means the colonies began to ask independence. They told we want to be independent. When they want to be independent, that thinking is. Because in European society, the thinking was that everybody should be given equal rights. So, according to that thinking, the colonies began to ask India, like our colonies began to ask for equal rights. That movements were taking place. Everywhere discussions and debates were there about equal rights, economic and social. Okay, thank you very much. We will continue. Bye.